In a small town, nestled between rolling hills, where dreams were often quieter than the wind, lived a young woman named Maya. This is her story, a story of silence, struggle, and the symphony that changed everything. Maya had loved music since she was 5 years old. But there was something that made her journey different. Something that made every note she played a victory against the odds. Maya was born profoundly deaf. While other children learned music through sound, Maya learned it through vibration. Through the tremors she felt in her chest, through the visual patterns of musical notes on a page. Her parents had told her, gently, lovingly, that being a musician might not be possible. The world had told her the same thing in 1,000 different ways. But Maya had a secret. She could feel music in ways hearing people never could. Every vibration told a story. Every rhythm lived in her bones. She didn't just want to play music, she wanted to create it, to share it, to prove that sound and hearing were not the same thing as music and soul. The road ahead was steeper than any mountain. Maya worked 3 jobs, cleaning offices at night, stocking shelves at dawn, and teaching sign language in the afternoons. Every spare penny went into her dream. She taught herself music production through online videos with captions. She learned to compose by watching the visual waveforms on her computer screen. When she couldn't hear if a note was right, she felt it. She placed her hands on speakers, felt the vibrations, and learned to translate feeling into frequency. But knowledge wasn't enough. She needed equipment, professional software, a proper sound system. And she needed something even harder to get. She needed someone to believe in her. For 2 years, Maya sent her compositions to record labels, producers, and music competitions. 2 years of silence. Not the silence she was born into, but the silence of rejection. 147 emails sent. 147 variations of no. There were nights Maya wanted to quit. Nights when the weight of the world's doubt felt heavier than her dream. Her best friend, Carlos, found her one night, tears streaming down her face, her keyboard gathering dust. He asked her, "Why are you still fighting?" Maya responded, "Because if I don't, who will prove that they were wrong? Who will show other deaf kids that they can create music too?" That night, Maya didn't quit. She couldn't, because her dream was never just about her. The breakthrough came from an unexpected place. Maya had been posting her original compositions online, short pieces she called vibration studies. For months, they received a handful of views, a few kind comments. But one day, everything changed. A famous music producer named Elena Vasquez had stumbled across Maya's work. Elena had lost her hearing later in life and had left the music industry. But Maya's compositions, created by someone who had never heard a single note, moved her in ways she couldn't explain. Elena sent Maya a message: "Your music doesn't just reach the ears, it reaches the soul. I want to help you share it with the world. Are you ready?" Ready. Maya had been ready her entire life. But ready for what came next? Nothing could have prepared her for that. Together, they created something extraordinary. An album called The Silent Symphony. 15 tracks composed by someone who had never heard them, produced with someone who understood that music was never about ears, it was about heart. Elena had one condition: Maya had to perform the title track live at the National Music Hall. In front of 3,000 people. Maya, who had never performed for more than her reflection in the mirror, would step onto one of the world's most prestigious stages. The night of the performance, Maya stood backstage, feeling the vibrations of the crowd through the floor. 3,000 people, waiting. She couldn't hear their conversations, their laughter, their anticipation. But she could feel their presence, like electricity in the air. Carlos squeezed her hand. Elena gave her an encouraging nod. And Maya walked onto that stage, her legs shaking, her heart thundering so hard she could feel it in her throat. She sat at the grand piano, positioned her hands, and in that moment, all the rejection, all the doubt, all the years of struggle dissolved. This was why she had never given up. Maya began to play. The Silent Symphony. A piece that started soft as a whisper and built into something that seemed to shake the foundations of the hall. The audience felt it. Not just heard, it felt it. Every note that Maya had felt as vibration, she poured into those keys. The music swelled and soared, telling a story without words, a story of isolation, of determination, of triumph. When the final note faded, there was a moment of complete stillness, and then 3,000 people, united in one moment. Not because they had heard something beautiful, but because they had felt something true. Maya's album went on to reach #1, but more importantly, it opened doors. Music schools began developing programs for deaf students. Technology companies created better tools for deaf composers. And countless young people with disabilities saw Maya and thought, for the first time, maybe I can do this too. Maya had never set out to change the world. She had only wanted to prove to herself that her dreams were valid. But in proving it to herself, she proved it to everyone. Maya once said, "The only true disability is giving up on yourself. Because the greatest barriers we face are not the ones the world builds around us. They are the ones we allow to be built inside us." Your circumstances do not define your potential. The world will tell you what you cannot do, but only you can decide what you will do. Every no is a step closer to yes. Every obstacle is an opportunity to prove yourself wrong about giving up. Your dream is valid. Your struggle is not in vain. And your victory, when it comes, will inspire more people than you will ever know. Keep going. This is Maya's story. But it could be yours too. The only question is, are you ready to write it?